Snake creeps down is everybody's favorite gesture. I think it's because it's a signature gesture for Tai Chi Chuan, and because it's challenging, it takes a lot of time and effort to execute it, so that when you finally get it, I think it's a lot of fun. So what I would strongly recommend before you do your forms, you really should do some stretching. There's some Bagua things you can do to loosen up your back. But as far as snake creeps down, I'm just going to show you briefly a stretch that I would strongly recommend that I use in my classes. What you want to do is you want to take a modified horse stance. A true horse stance would have your feet parallel, but you wouldn't be able to do this and execute snake creeps down. So have your heels lined up behind you, so there's a straight line from heel to heel. Point your toes towards the corners. All right, usually what I like to do is take 3 deep breaths before I actually start my stretch. So keep your back straight, sink deep, go ahead and inhale, relax the wrists. So that's 1, go a second time. So right here alone, you're starting to loosen up your hamstrings as long as you get deep. So this is a 3rd breath. So now we're going to start our stretch. So shift your weight to one leg, in this case I'm going to my right leg. Hold a hook hand right over where your right toes are pointing, and then take your other hand and make a knife edge. Now you want to straighten out the knee of this leg, because this is one that we're stretching. When you want to start this stretch, start in a high posture and don't bounce. What you're going to do is you're going to hold this position for about a count of 8 to 10 seconds. Now I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing these things, I'm just going to show you the notion. So after 8 or 10 seconds, you want to switch and do the other side. Now match the height that you did when you first started. In other words, just do the same thing. And we're not going to go way down to the stretch in the beginning. We're just kind of sneaking up on it. So again, I would hold this for an 8 to 10 count. Now when I go back to the other side, you want to sink a little bit lower than what you did a moment ago. Again, in our culture, we tend to bounce to try to get stretching. That's kind of risky, especially if the muscle isn't warmed up yet. So instead of bouncing and risk injury, we just stay here in this posture for 8 to 10 seconds, let it warm up so it can stretch. We're going to switch to the other side, and same thing, match what you just did. So whatever depth you went for, do the same thing on this side. After 8 to 10 count, switch and go a little bit deeper than before. So again, you try to sneak up on the snake, switch, same thing, match what you just did. And then when you go to your 4th iteration, try to make it as low as you possibly can. Make sure that your weight is mostly over this leg. Keep this one straight, point your toes to the corners, keep your back straight. Switch to the other side, sit. And again, just hold this for 8 to 10 seconds. And then to finish the stretch, I like to come up the middle, take one final breath of relief. And to get out of this, you can pull in your toes, pull in your heels, toes, heels, and you're finished with your stretch. You really should do that before you execute your forms, so that by the time you get to the snake creeps down, you have the flexibility that you're looking and hoping for. All right, let's take a look at the snake. Taking this from the extended single whip that you finished after wave hands like clouds in the 2nd phase, snake creeps down is fairly simple on this one. You're going to make a couple adjustments with your feet to do what's a reverse bow stance, and then we will come into golden cock stands on one leg 2 times. So to start this process here, you're going to open your center and turn your right foot to the right rear corner. Your left foot is pretty much straight ahead before, because we ended up in a single whip. So you need to move both your feet. You're going to fix this foot, and then you're going to fix this foot. So one's to the right rear corner, and the other one's to the left rear corner. Now the reason I call this as a reverse bow stance is, as you know from before, you test whether your stance is in the proper alignment based on Wu Chi. So if I was to shift my weight to my left leg and drag that straight back and pull my toes around, I should have both feet in a Wu Chi stance, shoulder width to the right rear corner. Thus the reverse bow stance concept. All right, so that's what's going on with the feet. Now the hands are very, very simple. When you start to open up your right foot, you're going to
take this hand and cut, and do a knife edge cut, and bring it past your face over here, or maybe forehead level. You're gonna bring this across. You're gonna sit down, and as you sit down, you're gonna fix this front foot. So now you have a reverse bow stance, very stable. You're gonna reset the front foot as your center moves forward to the front. You're gonna square the back foot off and finish your gesture. So there's the end of single whip. So from snake creeps down. So from single whip, extended single whip, open the rear foot, cut the left hand, fix the left foot, straighten out the left foot, straighten out the right foot. Now to go into golden cock stands on one leg, you're just going to turn your hook hand up and drop it down as you advance and raise up your leg. Touch your thigh with your knee, elbow or your knee, whichever is more comfortable. From here, you're going to step off to the right rear corner. Don't step straight back. Your hips are have some width to them. So from here, you're just going to step behind over to the side. I'll do it from the back so you can see it from that angle too. Shift your weight. So my right foot's at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to turn my palm up, slide this foot, and finish with golden cock, stands one leg on the right leg. Okay, so all the way through. Extended single whip, open right, fix left, sink, reset left, reset right, spin the hook, golden cock stands on one leg, step to the right a little bit, point your toes to the right corner, so your right foot's going to be in a 45-degree angle in preparation for the next gesture, repulsing the monkey. Open the right foot, fix the left foot, reset the front foot, reset the back foot, sit in your quad, turn your hook hand, push forward, come up, golden cock stands on one leg, step off to the side, point your toes to the corner, left palm forward, slide, lift this foot, turn the hand, golden cock stands on one leg. Relax the ankle. Not like this, like this.